Morning guys, welcome to Orchard End Farm. I'm Tony and this is Sue, who's got the camera. We're here this morning in sunny Wales on a beautiful winter's morning to give you a bit of a walking tour of Orchard End Farm. So this is the approach as you come down our driveway. The first place we're going to go to is our farm gate shop. So this is where, when we have farm gate sales, we sell from, and you just look for our mural. That's the our blueberry mural. A few odds and sods in there. Okay. We're just heading down now through the hard stand area to the where the workshop is, where everything gets fixed with brakes on the farm and places. But the next stop is going to be down at our kitchen garden, where I'll take over the camera a bit and Suze can walk you around her kitchen garden, but I'll give you a bit of an intro first. So we've given one of our, we've got plenty of pollinators around the place. So Suze, if you can scan around, we've got a wild beehive in our staff toilet there, which is a bit of adventure for the staff. And we've got a couple of managed beehives as well. They're out and about this morning because it's nice and sunny. But this time of year we tend to just leave them alone. So I think at this point the rest of our kitchen garden stuff is over to Suze.
Good morning.
Say good morning, darling.
Good morning. I'm Sue and this is my kitchen garden. It's a bit dormant at the moment, coming into winter. But we've got a number of raised beds, and in this one we're growing snow peas and some Brussels sprouts. I tried to make this into our potato patch, but the clay's a bit too sticky, so we've got to work out how to fix the soil so that we can grow our potatoes.
This is where I've repurposed one of our old water tanks from the farm. So we just cut the top off it after it rusted out, filled it up full of soil. So needs a bit of a top up. And this is an old stock trough that the bull smashed up. And that makes an excellent garden bed as well.
So we're into reusing or recycling. So this is my old leeks, which are doing quite well still. I've got broccoli and Chinese vegetable, more peas, wonderful passion fruit vine along the fence, which we got about over 300 passion fruit this year.
Yeah, the sun's in the wrong position for us to see that.
And growing onions. So these are sweet Italian onions. Vince Raffa from Raffa Fields gave me a couple of onions last year and said let them grow, go to seed. And this is what I've planted. So I've got heaps more though. And a rhubarb crop. So we've got some horseradish.
Looking a bit sad.
And some strawberries. So if you pan down, you can see the passion fruit vine. And on this side, I generally rotary hoe it a bit and plant tomatoes in the summer.
Dog pen that the dog never spends any time in.
So over this way is my hothouse.
So just before we come in here, what we're doing now is entering our
Certified area.
and so everything inside this area is part of our NASA certification.
So I have a hothouse. Where I try and grow everything from seed, so I get certified organic seed, or I generate the seed myself season to season. So I have a number of plants in here. So we have chilies. This one's looking a bit sick, so I have to work out what's wrong with that. Have beetroot, radish, Chinese vegetable, cauliflower, Chinese beans. It's a bit warm in here today. I might sit in here today. So we can come this way and we'll show you our blueberry and garlic.
Just as we're going past this, what looks like a messy pile of timber, what we actually do here, I'm back in front of the camera, what we do here is about every 6 months I accumulate all the deadfall from the trees on the property, and any pruning of the bigger trees that we do. We pile it up for about 6 months, and then we hire an industrial chipper, and we bring that in, and we make our mulch down here that we use on the blueberries. So all the mulch we use on the blueberries is made on site. I like to keep a good proportion of cypress in the mulch because it helps the acidity for the blueberries, and it helps the mulch to last. So this pile's getting pretty low at the moment. Normally we're about 10 times that. And just while we're down here on the piles, we've got some crushed rock there, but what this pile over here is our compost pile. It's mostly cow manure, and it's really warm in there. Cow manure and some of our finer cut mulch, and spiced up with a few other things. Look at that, we've got even some good worms in there as well. Where'd they go? There he is, look at that. Yeah, they're going really well. So we use that when we set up the beds for the garlic. So we'll just go down and have a quick look at the blueberries. They're just going into dormancy now.
There was just a question about where to buy our seeds. We don't actually sell seeds. I buy my certified organic seeds generally from a place, places like Diggers. To be certified organic, if I generate the seeds myself, I'm allowed to use them, and they're certified organic. So, so I don't actually sell seeds.
Okay, so this is our blueberry rows. Have a quick pan right and left, Suze. We're growing 3 different varieties, and the ones we're standing in front of here at the moment, these are our Northlands. Our Northlands, come down here, Suze.
Yeah, I'm just panning.
Our Northlands are a bit of a weirdo because in the autumn they'll actually set some flowers and try and make blueberries. You can never get enough sunny days to make them any good, but they taste like rubbish. Not like the ones at Christmas time, they taste brilliant. So these are our the next variety is our legacy variety, and these are our main production crop. These are the ones that everybody comments are the tastiest of everything.
And these are evergreens, they're not deciduous.
That's right, yeah.
The Northlands that we saw before are deciduous and they'll lose their leaves.
Yeah. So we just continue on. These are one of the biggest issues we have being organic is that we have to do a lot of our weeding by hand because we can't use any herbicides, and you'll see that
can't use any chemicals.
I'm somewhat behind on the weeding, and even our mowing is behind because I've done the bearings in the mulcher at the moment and waiting for the mechanic to fix that for me. This is a third variety here. These are Brigitte, and they're another major commercial variety. They're also very tasty, but these are 3 years old, and they'll be coming into some good crop later this year for the first time. if you have a closer look, you might be able to see them. They're
What are we
starting to set flower buds. Those little points there are the flower buds. So that will be fruit by Christmas time.
So overall we have about 1,100 blueberry plants. It's been a suck it and see it process for the last few years because some of the varieties don't do well and the soil's really not conducive to growing blueberries, so it's a lot of hard work. And we have subsoil drainage because we're on the swamp. We have subsoil drainage under every row of blueberries.
So we're just getting to the where we're growing our garlic at the moment, and I'll hand over to Suze because she understands a lot more about the garlic than I do. I just do what I'm told.
So we started planting garlic 3 or 4 years ago, and I bought, I don't know, maybe 20 certified organic garlic bulbs, and from then I generated all the bulbs that I use for planting. So I went to I used to belong to the farm incubator group, and we went to a certified organic farm up in Keilor, and I bought some of Paul's garlic. So I planted that this year to see how that goes. You can see that there's black weed mat. When we first started planting garlic, the weeds were atrocious, and garlic does not do well with weeds. Our first crop, the garlic was less than a 20-cent size piece of garlic. It was very, very small. It tasted okay, but it really wasn't the size that you could sell. So I investigated this weed mat. It's a certified organic weed mat, fully biodegradable. So we use that, and ever since then the garlic has done wonders. So I get it pre-cut. It's 400 metres, costs about $600, and that includes shipping down from Queensland. So we only ever use it for one season. Talking to somebody earlier in the week, once we pull it up this year, hopefully some of the community gardens might be able to use the weed mat that hasn't been damaged too much.
Yep.
So we have white Australian garlic and purple garlic in this row.
Yep.
Now over here, beside the garlic, is the green manure crop that we planted to prepare for the garlic this year, and this is leafy turnip. So my father is Chinese, so when he saw it, he was saying, oh, this is really good. And so now what we do is we actually come down and pick the turnip, and he cuts off the parts of the leaves that are really not edible and chops up the turnip. So we are now eating our own green manure crop in stir fries.
It's actually cow fodder, so we're sharing with the cattle.
So we haven't actually mulched all of the green manure crop in.
I just make a couple of comments about that. It's been a super successful green manure crop this year, so much so that what you see there is regrowth after I mulched it and rotary hoed it in. So we covered part of it with the weed mat, and that's where we planted the garlic. The rest of that is just regrowth. So it's fabulous.
So if you come over this way, these are our other 2 rows of garlic. So they're mainly Australian purple and Italian purple. I mixed up the cloves, and so I'm not sure which one is which, but it's all purple.
And it all tastes great.
So we also have some elephant garlic. I've planted a few of those. They're bigger than the size of a tennis ball when they grow, and some rock and roll garlic as well. I generally start planting mid to late April. This year I started earlier, and it doesn't seem to have affected them at all. They'll just get a few more weeks of cold weather. So we've got almost 100% strike rate, and I planted around 7,000 cloves of garlic this year. So we'll see how we go. If you're going to grow your own garlic, you either use weed mat or make sure that you weed it constantly, because the garlic does not like weeds. Oh, and I very rarely water it. So I only actually water the garlic when I fertilise. I fertilise as soon as I plant it, and then maybe once or twice over the season. So this area here is all our certified organic area. It's about 2.5 hectares. We're not planning on expanding into anything else at this stage. If anything, we might increase the garlic because it's really easy to grow. So go and get yourself some certified organic garlic and grow it. Just stick it in the ground and keep the weeds away, and you'll get really great garlic. So we're on our way up to our cattle. So we also have at the moment 42 Limousin breeders, and we've just finished calving, so we have 43 calves. We had 2 sets of twins this year, and unfortunately one of our calves died, so that's why we've got 43 calves and only 42 breeders. We also have a Red Angus bull. So Limousin are very lean meat, is very lean meat. And the Red Angus bull just gives us that little bit extra fat in the meat. So they're all over here grazing in the sunshine for the rest. So I'll just get the gate. Oh, I don't know where our dog is.
Just leave it open, I'll close the other one.
So walk this way. This is our, what we call our yard paddock. So, and it's very wet.
Yeah, we had the mob in yesterday, so the cattle were all in here churning it up yesterday. So we were marking calves and doing some maintenance on some of the cows yesterday. So it was a bit of a big day yesterday, so I'm quite happy to be slacking off walking around here showing you guys around.
So they're all very calm outside.
Oh, there's the dog. Our red Kelpie Brandy is the farm dog, but she spends most of her time out here with the stock, just keeping an eye on them.
Alright, I'll hand over to him.
So this paddock is a paddock that we've just done some renovation on. We used Neil Olsen and his soil key machine. So you can see here there's cowpeas coming up. I'm not even sure what that is. I think it might be Lab. There's a whole bunch of other pasture renovation species being planted in here. The cows have come in here yesterday for the first day. They reckon it's heaven on a stick. It's like, so they've got plenty of food in here at the moment.
Call Brandy.
Stop!
The Kelpie, even though she's a working dog, she's actually a bit frightened of the cows. And you probably can't see her over there, but she's standing in between the cows and she won't actually walk through them. So
this morning's quite a nice sunny morning after a frosty night. So the stock are all lying down at the moment, doing a bit of sunbaking and warming up.
So trying to, oh yes, this little cow here, 257, she, her name is actually Tusuk. She was a potty calf that I hand reared, and for those of you that follow Orchard End Farm, you would have seen a picture of her a few days ago actually stealing a drink from another cow while the other cow was also feeding its calf. So it looked like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Twins. She's not a twin, she just steals milk from other cows. And the strange thing is the other cows don't care, they just let her do it. So, and here's some of our babies. Mr. Bull is somewhere around here too. All right. So we send our cows to market at the Pakenham VLE exchange. And do you want to explain when we send them?
So our business model is that we produce a 500 kilo beef at about 18 to 24 months. So we carve the cows here. We wean the calves here at about 9-10 months, and then we move them to we've got a second smaller property around the corner. We move them around there and grow them out for 6 months till they get to that 500 kilo mark. But all that's dependent upon on the seasons. Some seasons we run out of food and we sell early. Some seasons we're able to carry them through. But that's the overall business model. And here comes Muggins.
Here comes Brandy. She's a yes. She doesn't like it if she's not getting any attention. She's a very needy dog, aren't you?
She suffers from FOMO, fear of missing out, so she has to be everywhere.
She's a rescue dog that we got from Audrey. She was about 12 months old. She's now 4. So she's actually fitted in well to the farm. And she does do a bit of mustering every now and again, but if she gets tired, she jumps back up on the gator and refuses to move. So then we have to finish it ourselves. So there's another mob up here.
So we'll go over and introduce them to Bruiser.
Oh yeah, our Red Angus bull.
So he's been in his bull paddock for the last 6 months or so. We don't allow him to run with the cows when they're in calf or when they're calving. So we try and time our calving each year to a 2 to 3 month window. So he gets to spend quality time with the girls for about 8 weeks of the year.
12 weeks.
The rest of the time he spends in solitary in his bull paddock.
So where do we get him from?
He's from BJ Red Angus in Druin. So
Yeah.
he's a Canadian bloodlines and Red Angus stud bull.
So he's about 3 years old now?
Maybe 4 now.
4, yeah. So, but delivering 2 sets of twins in 1 year is pretty good.
Yeah,
and we've had 100% strike rate on our cows
Yeah, so
calving.
you can't complain about his fertility at all.
So here we go.
Here's the last of the girls and some of the babies. Some of them are preferring the shade rather than the sun.
So here we go. So we've just tagged the bulk of them yesterday. We've still got about 10 or 11 to go. They were just too little to do. So that's it.
Yeah, so look, thanks for spending some time with us this morning. It's been an absolute pleasure to show you around our place today. And more than happy to welcome you here if you want to come to any of our farm gates, pick up some frozen blueberries or garlic or some of Sue's value-added products like relishes and jams and so on. But
and even if you just want to come around and have a look, we're happy to do, bring your kids out and we're happy to show them around. Yeah. But just contact us on Facebook first.
So our online presence is through a Guide to Cardinia and the Cardinia Farm and Food Directory.
Yep.
We also have our own Facebook page, which I'd love you all to go and like our Facebook page as well, please, to get the message out.
Okay.
All right, guys, thanks for coming. It's been a pleasure seeing you all today. And say goodbye.
Bye.